Your legal cell is not assisting properly the panel counsel in providing material information. Therefore, we have compelled to appear here, directing you to appear. Then up to what date they worked as a casual worker?
Yes, yes. Now, sir, some of them are getting engaged.
Sir, forget about some other. We are concerned with the appellants. They are in service or not? You said no. Up to what date they continued as a casual worker?
Your Lordship, in compliance of your order, Your Lordship, the rules have been brought on record, and the Chief Postmaster General is also here, Your Lordship.
He is the Postmaster General.
He is the Chief Postmaster General.
What has been produced? Temporary status.
Huh?
By which document?
We have filed the supplementary IA petition, madam.
Speak in mic.
Document as annexure 2.
An affidavit has been filed, Your Lordship, an IA on 29th, in which it has been annexed.
It has not been listed.
I can hand over a copy, Your Lordship. दो कॉपी है, दो कॉपी लिख लीजिए।
You are a Postmaster General?
Chief PMG, sir.
Chief?
Yes.
You have a legal cell?
We have a legal cell, sir.
Then what type of assistance is being given to the panel council?
Sir?
Your legal cell is not assisting properly the panel council in providing material information. Therefore, we have compelled to appear here, directing you to appear.
Yes, we are taking care of that, sir, now. We will update the legal cell.
Sir, you don't look into the, you have to undertake a review of your administration.
Sir.
Otherwise, things will not improve.
You must have heard everything about the last proceeding.
Yes, sir.
Please take care of
So
that
we'll
case
revert,
also.
sir.
Please take care of that case also.
Yes, sir.
देखिए
1991, Your Lordship.
12/4/1991.
1991.
Yes, correct. In that, which is the criteria?
Your Lordship, one, the temporary status would be conferred on the casual laborers in employment on 29/1/89 and who continue to be currently employed and have rendered continuous service or at least 1 year. During the year, they must have been engaged for a period of 240 days. Such casual workers engaged for full working hours with 8 hours, including half-hour lunchtime, will be paid at daily rates on the basis of the minimum of the pay scale for a regular Group D official, including DA, HRA and CCA.
Now, where is the assessment in respect of petitioner, respondent is concerned?
That, Your Lordships,
Appellants are concerned. That Mr. X and so X, Y, Z are not entitled for this reason. They do not fulfill the so and so criteria. Where is the assessment?
Your Lordship, because they were all engaged after 1989. They were all engaged after 1989. Therefore, it is stated.
No, this has not been revised subsequently.
Has it been
Because this is 12/4/91.
Sir, this was extended up to 1/4/93 by another order in 1995.
1990.
1/4/93.
Thereafter, where is the revised? Whether appellants could be accommodated with reference to 1/4/93 onwards, new revised scheme.
It was revised in 1995, sir.
95.
Yes, sir.
In 1995, have you taken a decision whether the appellants are entitled to brought on temporary status or not?
Sir, these people were not on the roll of that before 1995.
No, their services were terminated on what date?
They were not terminated, sir.
They are still working as a casual worker.
No, sir. No.
Then up to what date they worked as a casual
Sir,
worker?
Yes, sir. Now, sir, some of them are getting engaged.
Sir, forget about some other. we are concerned with the appellants. They are in service or not? You said no. Up to what date they continued as a casual worker?
I have to check that, sir. Date I have to check, sir. There is no date
No,
because
if
we
they-
don't
if-
keep individual records.
No, if they are working as a casual worker beyond 1995, in that event, 1995 revised scheme is applicable to them.
There is no revised
Where
scheme.
where is the
after that.
decision? Where is the decision?
Sir, they were in
Your Lordship, he's just been informed. I'll instruct him, he'll also come back after examining the records, Your Lordship, because he has just brought the rules and he has not been able to examine the records himself. He will do that and he'll come back, Your Lordship.
Mister, you have to assist properly the standing counsel through your legal cell, because every time we can't summon the officers. You have your own duties. Just take down.
He'll file an affidavit, Your Lordship.
By
being
means of
known.
interlocutory application, sorry, the pursuant to the earlier order, Mr. So and so, Chief Postmaster General is present in the court. Full stop. The respondents have filed interlocutory application enclosing documents. Annexure R2/1. Full stop. It is an internal communication relating to filling up of relating to relating to grant of temporary status and regularization of a casual laborers scheme. Full stop. In terms of para 1 and 2, Mr. Chief Postmaster General submitted that the appellants are not entitled as they were appointed on casual basis subsequent to cut-off date notified in the communication dated 12/4/1991. Full stop. At this juncture, we posed a question as to whether is there any revised scheme for which it is submitted that in the year 1995 postal departments have evolved a scheme of regularization / bringing grant of temporary status and regularization of a casual laborer scheme. If it is so, material information are not forthcoming as to whether the appellants were working on casual basis as on the revised scheme notified in the year 1995 or not. If the appellants were working as on the date of revised scheme, further question would be whether was there any consideration of appellants to bring them on temporary status or regularization with reference to their appointment as a casual laborers read with the criteria laid down in the revised scheme or not. Therefore, the concerned authority is hereby, concerned respondent is hereby directed to furnish necessary document if it is already analyzed and a decision has been taken that appellants 1 to 7 are not entitled to be brought on temporary status or regularization with reference to their initial appointment as a casual laborer, a casual worker. If such a decision is not taken, in that event, the competent authority is hereby directed to analyze the service particulars of each of the appellant read with the revised scheme relating to grant of temporary status and regularization and pass a speaking order and place it on record before the next date of hearing failing which respondents are liable to pay cost of rupees 25,000 in the High Court Legal Service Authority. Release this matter after 6 weeks as a last chance.
Your Lordship, he says that the scheme was revised in 93, notified in 1995.
All right.
Your Lordship have written that the scheme was revised in 95.
You
It
mentioned
was-
93, given effect in 95. Correct?
With that, Your Lordship. And Your Lordship, his presence may be dispensed with.
The personal appearance of the so and so stands dispensed until further orders. You also see from the tribunal record, one of the petitioner was initially appointed as a casual worker in the year 1990. If he was appointed in 1990, how his case is not considered?
Clubbed with all these persons. Serial number